Finally have some football to talk about. And I'm excited.
Oh, yeah, me too.
So, man, we had a ton of games being played in the area. We had Friday here in Texarkana. Saturday, we headed up to the Star to watch the Longview Lobos play Denton-Ryan. Mm-hmm. Oh, my God, Denton-Ryan looks good. Yeah. And 40-7 on that one. Man, was the experience. It was just great. Mm-hmm. It was just a great time. It wasn't too hot Friday either. So I don't feel like I just burned up out there.
No, it was perfect. Perfect weather for football Friday night.
Yeah, well, let's get into it, man. Let's get into our first area games. We'll start it off with Texas High. Texas High won 24-10 over Tyler High. And let's see some highlights, Cam. Brayson McHenry went 7 for 17 with a touchdown, 144 yards.
He's got some wheels, man.
Yeah. He can fly. 12 attempts on the ground, 84 yards. One touchdown, which you just saw. Braylon Stewart had a big game also. He had 150 yards, if I'm not mistaken, with a touchdown on 29 attempts. Let's keep them coming, Cam. This one right here, that's going to be my man Jalen Jones. He is a safety, and he's built like a linebacker. So it's going to be fun to see where he decides to play his college ball at. There goes my man Braylon Stewart, 150 yards, along with a 20-yard rush in the boat.
He went for 150 Friday? 150. He's just getting warmed up.
Jalen, we talked about a minute ago, he had a pass deflection, 3 solo tackles. Oh, that's my man right there. Show that one again here. That's my man Mike. Got here. So this is going to be Bryce McHenry to Blake Rogers. Man, dude, I'm talking about a quarterback. He can drop it.
You got to score, man.
They got him from behind. He gets in later. Oh, look at this one. Derek Brown, the University of Texas commit. It's going to come off the edge here. I didn't even come off the edge. He went inside. Show that one again. He's not looking like a catch. Mr. Vita's watching. What's up, Mr. Vita? It's a grown man street back. Yeah, let's see some stats on this. Even though I done called them all out. Bryce McHenry had another big game as normal for him. 228 total yards, 2 TDs, and Texas High's 24-10 win. Braylon Stewart, once again, 29 carries, 150 yards. Just a workhorse of that offense. Man, Derek Brown, University of Texas commit. 6 total tackles, a sack, 3 QB hurries. Man, he's all over the field for them. He had a big touchdown catch that was called back, but
they're using him at receiver like they did Clayton, huh?
Yeah, he evidently awesome. He mossed some folks. I hadn't seen it yet, but man, Blake Rogers, 3 catches, 93 yards with the touchdown. Did I not send you the touchdown video yet? I'm sorry. That's on me, guys. I'll get it posted though. Yeah, let's roll it over to Pleasant Grove. Pleasant Grove won big, 57-0 over Nashville. But, man, is it bittersweet for them. 57-0 win. Their starting quarterback played 6 plays. In those 6 plays, he was 3 for 3, 106 yards. He had 2 rushes for 30 yards. And on the 6th play, he broke his arm.
That's a shame.
And it is it's pretty bad. We're not going to post the video.
You could tell.
Keelan Benton here with the pick 6. Perfectly broke on the ball. He has a very good chance to be our defensive MVP this week. I'm going to give you some stats on Keelan. He had 5 total tackles, an interception, pass breakup, half a sack.
And obviously a touchdown.
He had an offensive touchdown, too. Dude went off. Man, Jalen Boardley in for one of his 3 touchdowns right there. That's a bad play. Yeah, Boardley had 8 rushes, 63 yards on the ground, 3 touchdowns, as well as 109 receiving yards. Dude can ball.
That's getting it.
Yep. I know we got more video than that. Let's see what we got here. Oh, this is Jared Halter came in when Akari was injured. Jared Halter's a true freshman. Jalen got in right there. I didn't give him a touchdown.
Did he come out of the backfield for that, or did he wind up in the slot?
He was up in the slot. He might have been the outside. Jared Halter came in. true freshman, 7 for 8, 135 yards, and a touchdown. And if that wasn't enough, he also ran the ball a couple times for 21 yards.
And did you say he had a minor injury as well?
Yeah, he had an injury. He'll probably be back this week, but he didn't even play the entire game.
Wow.
Yeah, so but Jalen Bordley, he's a sophomore, played as a true freshman, started, was really impressive last year, starts the season off just like you would expect a Division I recruit to do. He had a great football game. Really hate Akari was injured. I mean, it was just, you could feel it. It was just, he was literally coming right at me. I have a camera from multiple angles. He's coming right at me and gets tackled right in front of me, and immediately you're just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just see it. He wasn't like crying or anything. He was just like, I can't get up my arm kind of thing. But it was
I hate that. He had a special season coming, I had a feeling.
I can tell you this, in 6 plays, I can literally say I think we were witnessing greatness coming. I mean, if he's doing that as a sophomore, his first varsity game ever, dude, I'm telling you, in person, it was just like,
Yeah.
this kid is the best player, not only on this football field probably, but long ways away from here. I'm trying to think of someone I've seen, like Brayson's obviously the best passing quarterback we've seen in a while. But from what I saw in 6 plays, dude, that kid can ball. So, Kari, get better soon, man. Hate that happened. Here's another one. Jared's throwing just right on a dime right there. I mean, it's coming in as a freshman and just stepping up and going 7 for 8. I mean, shout out to this
And one
kid.
thing that we know about Pleasant Grove is
Look at my man catch him with an interception.
they'll fight through this. They experienced some injuries, some big-time injuries last year.
It's always the great players, too.
They found a way.
Pleasant Grove had 3 interceptions in their secondary in this football game. What we got here? We got a ton of video.
We do.
What all we got from it? All right, yeah, show me some stats. All right, we got Keelan Benton had a pick 6, 6 tackles, 1 forced fumble, half a sack, a couple pass breakups. Dude had a great football game. Shout out. Got a helmet sticker coming. Jalen Borley got another helmet sticker coming here. 3 rushing touchdowns, 63 rushing yards. I don't know why I'm reading this. You can read it there. Great game, Mr. Borley. Akari Johnson, the young man we just talked about. I put stats are less than a quarter to play. Those are for 6 total plays. 6 total plays, 136 yards.
It's pretty ridiculous.
I mean, but hey, shout out to this kid, Jared Halter. Comes in, and you can't imagine he was expecting to play.
No. Next man up.
But I mean, a true freshman, you cannot imagine he was expecting to play and does that. Shout out. R.J. Collins had a big night. Had a long rushing touchdown. You can go to our Facebook page. We just posted a video of his long run. He had a big night. He even played a little quarterback.
Did he really?
He had to.
That's cool.
Really, he is the third string quarterback. He wasn't as hot. He
string
wasn't
guy.
as hot passing the ball, but he was great running the football. So shout out to him. You want to switch gears to some Leopards? Liberty-Eylau headed down to Pine Tree to play the Pirates.
I was in house for this
Yeah, keep in mind my man Michael Riley right there with the interception. Dude can ball. I mean, he is. If I've ever seen a guy built to play college football, it's that guy. He looks the part for sure. Big interception for him right there. I think we got. Is this another big play from him? Or just same play? Oh, that was a sack. Multiple angles, Frank. Look at him. Oh, strip sack. No, they got him on that. They called that an incomplete pass.
They did, yeah. I think.
All right, my man Tracy Revels right here with the interception. Got him. He had 11 tackles.
Did he?
Yeah, we're still waiting on stats from Liberty-Eylau, so we don't have stats for him. We'll hopefully have them this afternoon. This is what time we do the show. Couldn't wait any longer. But they went down, played a larger school, so a 5A Division II school. They're a 4A Division II school. So they played 2 divisions up. Couldn't get a win down there, but I think Coach saw a lot of things he liked.
Just for reference, Pine Tree is in Texas High's division.
Yeah.
Texas
So,
High's
and that will be 5. They're 5A Division II, so 2 divisions up is what LE was playing. So, kind of seeing where you're at. That's a game you put on the schedule, and of course you expect to win every one of them, but you shouldn't technically ever win those games.
And I was there. I'm telling you, they weren't out-athleted.
No.
Liberty-Eylau could play with that football team under different circumstances. Just it didn't go their way the other night.
Sometimes things. We'll talk about this in the Longview game as well. When a couple things just don't go your way real quick, it can be deflating.
It just snowballs.
Yeah, but shout out to Kerry Lane and his staff down there at Pine Tree. Leopards will be back. They'll be off this next week. They'll be back, have Jefferson at home for homecoming for week 3. Excited about that one. That'll be streamed right here on Game Day's Facebook, YouTube, and the Game Day app. Let's keep it rolling, Cam. What we got next? Oh, man, we still got some area teams. I'm sorry. Let's go back. You're moving ahead here. Arkansas High traveled to Paris. And that Paris team is ranked top 5 in the state of Texas in 4A Division I, and they are salty. They're going to be coming down here, play Pleasant Grove in a couple weeks. Paris is a great football team. Arkansas High went up there and just, one of them things, it looks like on paper with stats, it just got out of control kind of quick, and that's not a knock on Arkansas High. It's just Paris is that good. And I don't think a lot of people were expecting them to be that good till numbers started coming out. But running back, sorry, I can't find stats right here. I think running back had like 70 yards. But Coach Norton and his staff, they'll be back at it. I think they have they'll be off this week. They have a week 3 game. I can't remember who's coming to town, but they'll get it back on track. Coach Norton's been doing this 35 years. He'll get it figured out. So, shout out to him. Off this week. We'll see him back week 3 action. From there, we got Redwater, big win, 43-0, starting the season off against Ore City.
Love it.
A lot of these games we're going to be talking about, we don't have stats for them yet. But Redwater, 43-0. I think this week, if I'm not mistaken, they're playing at home. They have New Diana coming to town. And we'll have 1 or 2 game day guys there getting some coverage of it so we can have some highlights for the show next week.
Really cool.
And it's glad to see Redwater starting the season off with such a big win. New Diana coming to town, probably another expected huge win for them. So, man, keep it rolling. Keep working hard this week. My nephew plays on the team, and they've been doing really hard summer workouts all summer, and they hadn't been doing that the last few years supposedly. So, obviously, it's paid off big. Shout out to that program, the new head football coach, and see you Friday.
Yeah, on a big win.
See you Friday.
Best of luck.
And from there, Maud came up with a big win against Hawkins.
How big?
Real big, 40-19. Not as big as Redwater's over Ore City, but 40-19. And
we do have some stats from Maud.
We do. I just don't know what I did with them. I'm real bad about this. And I don't know what I did with them. So, shout out to Maud. Man, Case and Lamb. Oh, here we go. Here it is right here. Case and Lamb, 11 for 14, 133 yards on a TD. My man Tucker Sanders, 22 touches, 147 yards, 4 touchdowns. Case and Lamb also had 68 yards on the ground. Receiving, Nate Brower had 49 yards on a TD. And so shout out to Josh Turner, head football coach.
I recognize all of those names from last year. They're all coming back.
They have a big offensive lineman that's a Power 5 recruit as well. So I'm looking to see some highlights from him. Big old dude. Atlanta went to Dangerfield. Dangerfield's one of the top 3 teams in the state of Texas. And Atlanta played a division up, and Dangerfield's just a great football team. 48-7. But Atlanta will get, as always, they'll get it back. New Boston, though.
Clown it.
Oh, my Lord. Some of the highlights we're getting out of New Boston right now are absolutely ridiculous. 64-0 over New Diana. They could do no wrong. Everything went their way. Anything that could go right went right. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, they were well coached, and they have great players. I don't really know what to say about that. I mean, other than good job, great win, and shout out. That's big time.
That's the woodshed there.
Mount Vernon has – they're just good. Hooks traveled to Mount Vernon, I believe. Couldn't come away with the W. Mount Vernon played – they made it to the Final Four, the regional semifinals last season. This year it looks like they've reloaded. Big win over Hooks. But saw a lot of things we liked out of Hooks against normal competition that they'll do well. And DeKalb, I don't know where Rivercrest is, but they probably don't want to come back to DeKalb.
Uh-oh.
If you're close, if you're Rivercrest, I don't mean to knock you, but you didn't get close to winning. It was 65-6. DeKalb absolutely went off. And some of the highlights we're getting out of there are nuts as well. So shout out to those guys. In that Queen City game, we'll reference back to it. Did I even talk about Queen City yet? I hadn't.
No.
That's a rivalry game. Queen City, Linden Kildare. Queen City comes away with a big one, huge win, but 32-28 over Linden Kildare. Jeremiah Drayton, 125 yards, 2 touchdowns. Clint Wiley, the quarterback, 15 for 25, 192 yards, 2 touchdown passes. And they had the longest 2-point conversion converted in history. Probably not in
Explain.
history, but
Yeah.
it was
I need to hear this.
my history. 34 yards, if I'm not mistaken, converted 2-point conversion. I don't know how they got there. I don't know what happened.
30, how many yards?
34 yards.
Oh, I
It's either
guess
32 or 34 yards.
probably 32, just 2 back-to-back personal foul penalties from the 2. There you go. It had to have been the only way to happen.
I mean, at that point,
And they converted it, huh?
They converted it.
Just icing on the cake there.
All right. Did we miss anybody?
I don't believe so.
All right. Let's do this. Let's move it on to the Jerry Jones Classic.
Yes, sir.
Man, we had a great time. It's always fun going to the Star. The Star is just a neat place to watch high school football. I got to I tried to fist bump Jerry Jones. He didn't give me a dap back, but I still like him.
Be careful. Be careful.
Yeah. Anyway.
Don't be fist bumping Jerry.
Yeah, the atmosphere at the Star, you just really can't explain it.
No.
It's just you walk in, it's just a different kind of environment for high school football. Shout out to the Lobo cheerleaders there. We got a lot of good B-roll of them.
Yeah, and we walk in, the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders are on the field.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones is coming out and being interviewed, and it was just really cool.
Yep. And, your boy took that picture because I didn't want to miss any pictures of the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. I know our fans would like to see them, so just being sure we didn't. I see my man Tyson Jimerson's watching. What's up, Tyson? Lobo band was in-house. Man, dude, did they turn up or what?
They did.
So, it's just a great – I mean, I can't – it's just a great environment. Mm-hmm. If your team has never played in the Star, if you're ever in Dallas and somebody's playing there, go spend the $10 and just walk in, stay half a game, dude. It is just – it's like nothing.
It's not like any high school football game I'd ever witnessed.
No, a nationally televised game. NFL Network carried it last night. Unfortunately, it was one-sided. But Longview's got a lot to build on. That Denton Ryan team, no joke, they will play them in the playoffs. But that Denton Ryan team is one of the most stacked teams in the state of Texas.
It is.
And I got in trouble last year talking about how stacked they were. Mm-hmm. Evidently, Denton Ryan didn't like that, but I don't care. They are a stacked team. I mean, they are just, and that's not a knock on them. Sometimes you get things rolling and people want to come play for you. That's what they got right now. They have a 5-star linebacker, which also plays running back.
Not just the number one linebacker in the country.
They like everywhere you look. I mean, outside of even the offensive line, but even outside of the offensive line, all those guys look like Division I players to me.
Yeah, on the broadcast, they said the receivers running 4.39.
Yeah,
it's scary.
Yeah, they would double cover Jalen Hill the entire game. The quarterback, he'd step back. They'd be in the backfield before he's on his second step. I mean, they're just one of the largest football teams I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
The only football team I can remember seeing that was as big as those guys was that 98 or 99 Katy team that Longview played in the state championship game.
Yeah, and we know at a minimum 14 of their 22 will play Division I football, and that number will likely increase.
Oh, yeah.
At a minimum, we're talking 17 or 18.
I saw no weakness on that football team. I mean,
no.
They have great coaches, but, man, they have some great players.
Mm-hmm. But what we saw from the Lobos, it was just a one-off. They just played they made some mistakes that a Coach King's football team doesn't normally make. They'll get better. They're young, and they'll come back. They could run this game back 10 times, and I doubt we're going to see a final score like that.
No, I mean, there were 2 times Longview should have got in, so –
they fumbled on the 1-yard line.
They fumbled on the 1. They fumbled inside the 10. They had the punt return or the punt blocked. So, I mean, this game really and honestly could have been 28-21.
Something like that, yeah.
But let's see some highlights, Cam.
Big sack here.
Man, my man Kylon Sublette, if I'm saying it right. Who's my other dude right here? I watched it from another angle. My man 61. He actually got there first. That's my bad, but we'll get that figured out on Instagram for you. He got there first, but from this angle, it didn't look like he did. But good job on that, and it just stuck out when you see my man flying through the air.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Jordan logo, just flying. Let's see what we got here. Man's going to come out. Woo! My dude is having none of it. To Darian Boone, I've nicknamed him Hit Stick. We had Nick Martin in Texarkana. Mm-hmm. He was Hit Stick. My dude, he has another play later on. This dude is just lighting people up. I like it. That's Longview football right there. Jordan Allen at quarterback. Let's see what happens here. Why is this taking so long?
It's in straight slow motion.
We put a normal video in slow motion. Okay. All right, I know this play. He's going to throw it to Jalen Hill. Watch how he drives. This is a NFL style pass right here. Watch. Drops it right over the dude's hand. Whew. My man Jalen ain't going to drop that. So you can tell he's double covered. I mean, he has to drop a ball in between a safety and a corner for anything to go his way. All right. Big hit by my man Boone right here. Watch this. No, that ain't Boone. I'm sorry. It's my man Sublet. Good play on that one. I think we have that one from several different angles. Getting him in the backfield. I wish I knew this kid's name for didn't run. He's bald. But big hit on him. That's the dude who's #1 linebacker in the nation, right?
Playing running back.
Yeah, playing running back. Ain't nothing fun about that for anybody except for me. All right. Jordan Allen, long touchdown run.
I did not know he had these kind of wheels. I'm not going to lie.
Look at this move puts on him. Let's go. Right then, Lobos go up 7-6.
At that moment, I thought, all right, this is going to be real fun today.
Yeah, oh yeah,
and
it's
the
gonna be real
snowball
fun.
kind of happened, and
We have any other highlights on that? Yeah, man, let's see them. It was a good football game.
the band and the Vuettes showed out.
Yeah, the Vuettes showed out, drill team, cheer, all that. Great environment. Texas high school football at its best. And Jerry Jones said he was impressed. Assuming they have something. They turned up for halftime. Well, Frank, week 1, high school football's over. We got week 2, and it's kind of a big deal for us. Big deal for me personally. Longview game day, we finally get to showcase what we do. Longview versus Marshall, rivalry game. I don't know how long they've been playing, but it's been a long time.
That's right.
We'll have the Longview game day set on the field pregame. I think pregame's going to start somewhere around 6:15.
6:15. The show opens with Coach King on the dais with us.
Man, it's going to be fun. Even we started Texarkana, and didn't really know what to expect. Kind of took off a little bit, and right after that, it was like, man, I want to take this to Longview. I want to take it back to the hometown. Kind of show them what we can do. Give those players a ton of exposure. Not just the players, the drill team, band, cheerleaders, majorettes. If I'm missing anybody, I'm sorry, but
Yeah,
whole 9 yards.
golf, swim, tennis.
Yeah.
We miss a lot.
But at this Longview game, we're going to have a ton of people there gathering content. It's going to be a great time, and we will be streaming the Longview versus Marshall game. It'll be on our Facebook, YouTube, and the Game Day app, which you can download right now, the Longview Game Day app.
Go download it.
Yeah, we're still working on a few things. We'll have I think the players are loaded. We'll have all the schedules loaded in the next couple of days, and it'll be good to go. We'll start putting a ton of content in there. Can't wait. What you got for me?
Nothing. I'm looking forward to Friday night, man.
Mine too.
This first week was just kind of a warm up for us.
Yeah.
I didn't get to broadcast or stream a game. I was
Yeah.
getting highlights, but I'm ready for the real deal this Friday night. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Tune in.
This week, Texarkana schools, Arkansas High's off, Texas High's off, Liberty-Eilau's off. Pleasant Grove travels to #1 ranked Argyle. And I still don't really know where Argyle is. I know it's around Dallas somewhere. But Game Day will be streaming that game, assuming they'll let us use our internet, which isn't always the case. But that'll be on our Facebook, YouTube, Texarkana Game Day app.
Oh, Lobo pep rally. We'll have that live stream
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, that's
not
gonna be
sure of the
fun.
time yet, but it will happen. I promise.
All right.
If you want to see them get turned up down there in Longview.
Well, cool. We appreciate all you watching. Share the stream. I see my man Tracy Revels just signed on. Tracy, you can go back here and find your interception.
That's
Man
right.
had 11 tackles and interception at Pine Tree this week. But anyways,